Welcome to Rexposed, where the darkest secrets and the craziest drama from Reddit are uncovered. And the story I'm about to tell you comes from our TIFU, by making my girlfriend think I was cheating on her when I was actually planning a surprise. Alright, last weekend, I made a huge mistake, not because I did something wrong, but because I did the right thing in the absolute worst way possible. My girlfriend and I have been together for 3 years, and I wanted to do something truly special for her birthday. So I planned a surprise party and, most importantly, a proposal in front of our friends and family. The perfect plan, a flawless surprise. For weeks, I had been secretly setting everything up, buying the ring, coordinating with her best friend, and even sneaking phone calls with her parents to get their blessing. However, all this secrecy turned me into the most suspicious person ever. I, someone who is normally an open book, suddenly started hiding my phone, texting people behind her back, and making up terrible excuses like, I have to run an errand, before dashing out the door. And then, the worst moment happened. She was using my phone to change the song when a message popped up from her best friend. Can't wait to meet up and finalize the details. I grabbed my phone faster than the flash and blurted out the dumbest excuse ever. Oh, just work stuff. But at that moment, I felt her side-eyeing me with suspicion. Over the next few days, she became unusually quiet and observant. She started asking vague but pointed questions like, "Are we okay?" And like an absolute idiot, I just nervously laughed it offenly, making myself look even more guilty. But I thought, just hold on for a couple more days, and everything will be fine. I was so wrong. Last Friday, everything crashed and burned. I came home to find her sitting there, eyes red, hands shaking as she held my iPad. And then it hit me: Apple devices sync iMessages. She had seen my messages with her best friend. Make sure to keep this a secret. I can't wait. I'm so tired of lying to girlfriend's name every day. Out of context, it sounded bad. Like, I'm definitely having an affair bad. She looked up at me, tears streaming down her face, her voice trembling. What have you been doing behind my back? Panic, pure, absolute panic. My heart dropped to my stomach. I tried to explain, but she was already furious and devastated, refusing to hear me out. So, in desperation, I did the only thing I could think of. I dropped to my knees. Not exactly the proposal I had envisioned. Please open the closet. She frowned at me, still crying, but walked over and pulled the closet open. Inside were the birthday gift bags, and right in the middle, a small ring box. She turned back to me, eyes still watery, now filled with confusion. I blurted everything out in one breath. I'm not cheating. I've been planning a surprise birthday party. I called your parents, your best friend was helping, and I was going to propose. But I'm an idiot and made you think the worst, and I'm so sorry. Silence, then more tears. But this time, they weren't angry tears. She was overwhelmed, shocked, but maybe a little happy, too. I shakily pulled out the ring box and opened it. Before I could even say the proposal properly, she was already nodding through her tears, half laughing at how absurd the whole situation was. We sat on the floor, holding each other, both of us exhausted from this emotional roller coaster. Once she calmed down, she glared at me. You absolute idiot. I really thought you were cheating. You scared the hell out of me. Fair enough. I did put her through unnecessary emotional torment. But when she realized that all the winky faces from her best friend were actually about cake and decorations, we both laughed until we cried. In the end, the party still happened as planned. We decided not to tell anyone that she had figured it out beforehand, so in front of our friends and family, she pretended to be surprised when I got down on one knee. But we both knew the truth, something that will stay between us and, well, now the internet. TL, doctor, I planned a surprise birthday party and proposal for my girlfriend, but my secrecy made her think I was cheating. She found evidence and confronted me in tears. I had to reveal the truth early to prove my innocence. Thankfully, she still said yes, but I swear I will never plan a surprise like this again without a backup plan. This story is truly an emotional roller coaster. From the perfectly planned surprise to how it almost fell apart due to unfortunate misunderstandings. It keeps the reader both tense and amused by the sheer irony of the situation. It's a valuable lesson on how too much secrecy can backfire, especially in love. But in the end, the outcome was absolutely beautiful and touching. A dramatic proposal, but surely you both now have an unforgettable story to tell for years to come. Next will be a story about TIFU by saying yes to my aunt and losing $11,000. This happened a few months ago, but every time I think about it, my stomach clenches like I just swallowed a block of ice. I was in the process of buying my first home. Everything was going smoothly, my finances were set, I found my dream place, and I even spoke directly with the seller. I was ready to close the deal. Then my aunt showed up. She's a part-time real estate agent, and I emphasize part-time because I'm pretty sure she spent fewer hours actually working in real estate than I've spent remembering her birthday. When she found out I was buying a house, she immediately swooped in with a knowing smile. "Let me handle everything for you, sweetheart. I'll make sure you don't get screwed over." I never asked for help, but she inserted herself anyway. Calling the seller on my behalf, forwarding emails, and of course, pulling the ultimate guilt trip, "Don't you trust family?" At the time, I thought, well, if it makes her happy and takes some stress off my plate, why not? Wrong. So wrong. She botched everything. Missed an important deadline that almost cost me the house. Sent the wrong documents twice. I had to call her 80 times just to get updates. In the end, I was so paranoid that I paid out of pocket for a real estate lawyer just to make sure I wasn't signing my life away. After all the stress, I finally closed on my house. I thought the nightmare was over. Then I saw the closing statement. My aunt walked away with $11,500 commission, around like she was in charge, and forwarding emails like some kind of boomer tech support scammer. And the cherry on top, no thank you, no small gift to celebrate. Just a Facebook post dripping with self-congratulation. So proud of my amazing client for closing on his first home. "Excuse me, client, I'm your nephew, not some random dude paying you for terrible service." Then again, I guess calling me a client isn't wrong, considering I basically just covered her mortgage for the next 3 months. Since then, I've been dodging family dinners like they're radioactive. I can't look at her without feeling like I got mugged in broad daylight by my own flesh and blood. TL. DR, let my aunt help with my first home purchase out of family guilt. She barely did anything except almost lose me the deal, and then pocketed $11,500 in commission. Still digesting the rage. Edit. A lot of people are saying the seller usually pays the commission, but due to recent NAR policy changes, I had to cover it myself. Luckily, it was rolled into my loan, but that's still $11,000 out of my pocket. I've decided to confront my aunt. She's a master of dodging accountability. But whatever. Also, I got in touch with one of the founders of ReplaceRealtors.com. They want to use this as a case study for some policy work. So yeah, I'm still broke, but at least that's kinda cool. This story is the perfect mix of financial tragedy and family comedy. It's both infuriating and hilarious how a relative can turn a simple process into a complete nightmare. The situation is a textbook example of the saying, "Trust a friend, lose money. Trust family, lose your sanity." And that part where the aunt proudly called the opera client on Facebook. Absolute peak audacity. The ending is still a bit bitter, but at least there's a small silver lining in contributing to real estate policy changes. The ultimate lesson here, when buying a house, choose an agent based on expertise, not family ties. If you enjoyed this, please give me a like and subscribe. Thank you, everyone. I changed my intro because the one in the previous video was quite dark, so you I changed it, haha. Please subscribe to my channel.